Next topic is the method of software testing. So basically there are two types of testing is there. First one is a static and next one is a dynamic. So we already know the what is mean by testing is activity in which we have to system is executed under the specified condition. So according to the condition we have to observe that the particular system is working or not. So the result are observed or recorded according to the requirement analysis. So evaluation is made of the some aspect we consider for the system testing. So basically the software testing is the process of evaluating the product and its conformance. So basically we have to execute the product and check the quality of that product. There are two basic type of testing, static and dynamic. So basically the software testing is the critical elements of the software quality assurance. Basically it represents the ultimate process to ensure that the correctness of the product. We have to ensure the particular product is correct or not with the help of testing. So the software testing is divided into the two basic parts, static and dynamic. Static is divided again two parts, black box and white box, and dynamic is the again divided into the two parts, black box and white box, in which we have to study the basic different type of testing along with the its property. So basically we study the static testing here. So the static testing is the testing technique in which we have to test the product without executing the code. That means we cannot run the particular program. We only review the documents. We can review the design parameter. We can test the content manually in order to find out the errors, which is considered as a static testing. So there is a no execution of code is here. We only test the document, design parameters, and any thing which is we have to test it manually. So basically the static testing again divided into the some basic parts. First one is a informal review. Next one is a formal review. Third one is a walkthrough. Fourth one is a inspection process. And last one is the static code review. So basically informal review, this technique is the term of reviewing just to check the particular document or the given comments which is according to the user requirement. The purpose of this testing is to maintain the quality from the initial stage, because if we cannot verify or if we cannot review the particular document at the initial stage, maybe the error is generated at the next level of development. So it is a non-documented in the nature, because it's only a check the rough parameter, rough documents here. So next one is a formal review. So basically it is a well structured or well planned process in which we have to consider the structure document here. So there is a main n number of steps we can follow with the help of formal review, because there is a plan process and structure process is available for testing the particular document. So in which we have to consider the planning, then we have to find out the n number of parameter, the particular parameter is considered for the testing or not. After that we have to prepare that document for the testing. After that we have to conduct the review meeting whether the particular parameter is considered for testing or not. For that purpose we have to conduct the review meeting. After that, after discussion, we can find out some errors or some we can be improve some parameter in the particular given process. So we need to be rework on that given document or the given testing process here. So for that purpose, we have to follow the n number of steps because it is a formal review, because that we can consider the structural or plan document for the processing. So in that we consider the technical review means the particular term of technical expert will review the particular software for technical specifications. The purpose of that testing is to pin out the difference between the requirement specification and the product designing. So for that purpose, we can, with the help of this technical review, we can correct the flow of execution. It basically focus on the technical document. For example, the test strategy, which type of test plan we have to execute for the testing, which specifications we can use for the documentation. All the parameter we have to consider in the formal technical review. Next one is the walkthrough. So basically the walkthrough is the author explain about the software to the particular team, means there is a single person who explain that specification or the flow of execution to the team members, and with the help of particular process we can raise the question if anyone having the query regarding to that testing procedure. So it is the headed by the authors, and with the help of review comments we have to note it down, and according to that we can follow the n number of process. Means in the walkthrough there is a single person who explain the workflow of the particular document to the n number of team members in the particular team. And if anyone having some doubt regarding to that process or regarding to that particular document, he raised the question to that particular author, and author gives the solution or the particular satisfied answer to that person. So in the walkthrough we have to follow the particular flow of execution. There is a one head is available. Next one is the inspection process. So basically inspection process is also followed by the head system. So basically there is a train mentor is here, which observe the each and every document or the each and every flow of execution in the given system. So basically the formal review is done in inspection process. So whenever we have to apply the testing, the record is maintained for all the errors, and the author are informed to that particular error to the rectification on the given feedback. So according to that, we have to follow the inspection process. So next one is a static code review. So here we have to consider the code review without execution. Means we have to check the syntax here. Then we have to check the coding standards, and code optimization is here. For example, if we consider the code optimization means if the unnecessary statement is added in the program, so that the space complexity get increased. So in which case we have to consider the elimination of the unwanted statement. That means the code optimization is done here. So basically it is referred as a white box testing because we cannot execute the code. We only follow the manual testing here. Means we only observe the code. We only observe the coding standards for removing the unwanted statement for the code optimization. This is the basic review of the static testing. So next is the advantage of the static testing is here. So basically it helps to identify the flaws in the code. Means we need to be find out the errors in the flow of execution. Then basically it helps to automated tool. It becomes very easy because whenever we want to execute the testing process, and we can use the automation tool, it is very easy to operate because whenever we execute the same input value n number of times, at that time we can easily execute the same input value with the help of automation tool because it time consuming. So basically it convenient to scan and review the software. So next advantage is it is the easy technique and fast technique, because we cannot execute the uh, code here, but we can start the testing process at the initial stage. So basically it is effective for the costing parameter, because whenever we find out the error at the initial stage, the product is not complicated at the last stage, because we can remove the error at the earlier stage. Therefore the costing of the testing and resolving the bugs is very less. So this is the advantage of this technique. Next one is a disadvantage of the particular static techniques. So basically the automation tool simply scan the code and it cannot test the code deeply. So because of the automation tool, in automation tool, it is actually a software. According to the requirement, we can implement that particular automation tool. Only those feature is added in the automation tool, those developer is added in the current program. कारण की automation tool पण काय असते, it is a one type of software. According to the testing parameter, तुम्ही जेवढे features किंवा functions त्या automation tool मध्ये add करणार, तेवढंच तो product काय करणार आहे, टेस्ट करणार आहे. So product deeply test होईल का? नाही. So this is the disadvantage of static technique. Next one is a basically it takes a lot of time to conduct the testing procedure if we can consider it is done by the manually, because the manual process having required the larger time for the execution. So next is a disadvantage is whenever we use the automation tool, which is work for the restricted for the set of programming language, because whenever we prepare the automation tool, it restrict the programming language whenever we have to use for the testing. Next one is a dynamic testing. So basically the dynamic testing is the process by which the code is executed to check how the software will perform in the runtime environment. Means the actual code execution is there. As the type of testing is constructed or the conducted during the code execution, which is called as a dynamic. Means runtime we have to check the validation testing. So it is also called as a validation testing, and the static testing also called as a verification testing. So dynamic testing again divided into the n number of type. First one is a unit testing. Next one is the integration. Third one is a system testing. So basically the unit testing means if we having the single product, we can divide that single product into the n number of, and the single module, the single unit of that product is called as a unit, and every unit is tested individually, because we can consider the module wise testing. It is quite easy to identify the error, because in this case we can observe the small amount of code here. And next one is the integration testing. So basically the integration testing is check the interface between the two modules. In unit testing we have to check the module individually, after that we have to combine that module, means we have to create the interface between the two modules. In integration testing we have to check that interface, either it is correct or not. Means whenever we apply the module A output as an input to the module B, it is effectively transferred from module A to module B with the help of interface. All these things are tested in the integration testing. Next one is a system testing. So basically it is performed on the complete system to ensure that the application is designed according to the requirement specification document or not. Means in that case we have to test whole product at the start to end parameter. So advantage of this dynamic testing is basically it helps to performing the detailed analysis of the code, because in that we have to execute the code. Next one, it can be applied with any application, so which identifies the weak area in the runtime, because we can execute the code, so we can easily identify the smaller error in the given code. So this is the advantage of dynamic testing. Next one is a disadvantage of dynamic testing is basically it considers a costly parameter because whenever we find the error at the dynamic time, so the cost of the testing is high in that case. Next one is a basically it is not easy to train the software tester for performing the dynamic testing because every software tester is having the knowledge regarding to the particular language in which we have to develop the code. So if the particular trainer or tester do not have any knowledge regarding to that particular platform, so he cannot test the product effectively. So the quality trainer or the train tester is required for the dynamic testing here. This is the concept of static and dynamic testing.